Yo, 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 yo. We back in the building, man. You are now rocking with the hottest sports talk show in the land, man. Prep Talk Weekly. We got the guys back in the building, man. What's going on,
Yes,
guys?
sir. What's going on?
We're getting to it tonight, man. So we got a jam-packed full show for you. We got first and foremost, we got the game coming up at 9, Clippers and Suns game 6. Really excited to see that one, man. It's going to be juicy. We got Elite 11, the opening talk, and I think we got some PFF top 50 talk as well. So we're gonna get right into it. We got our resident basketball expert here, Mr. Al Wray, and go ahead and shout yourself out, Ray.
Check out the Al Wray show. Where I'm talking about different sports topics, even some life subjects, but mainly sports stuff. A lot of the stuff that they talk about on here, I talk about the same thing on mine as well.
Awesome. Well, so let's get right into it. Let's fill us in on the NBA landscape, man. Whatever you have for us. I know everyone kind of wants to get into it, so the floor is yours, sir.
Well, you got what was it, Milwaukee and the Hawks. They just tied up 2-2. Giannis had that looked like it was going to be a terrible injury.
Yeah.
But I saw a report said there's nothing like structural that's messed up with his knee, so that's very good. Then you got Trae Young, who's hurt with the bone bruise in his foot. So I think whoever is the healthy team is going to be the team who ends up winning that coming out of the East. I originally picked the Bucks, so hopefully they follow through. And
can I just say, bro, Cam Reddish is back in the building.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's a lot better than I thought he was going to be too.
Yeah.
So
Cam, when I saw him, I'm like, dog. I'm like, how the hell did the Hawks? Because I didn't watch the game. I'm like, how the hell did the Hawks win without Trae Young?
Mm-hmm.
And then I seen Cam Reddish played. I was like, okay, that's where they probably getting buckets from.
And big shout out to Lou Will. He stepped up real big.
And I feel like they moved the ball better without Trae Young. I mean,
yeah, of course, most stars are ball dominant. So
yeah, right. I feel like he has his times where he's a pat. He'd get the 10 assists. But I think it was free flowing. I think everybody felt in their rhythm last night.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. So you got the LA Clippers tonight, man. You got the Clippers and the Suns. I mean, what are you looking at from that matchup? I know we got I saw something come out that Zubac is actually out tonight. So I think that, I mean, because he was really the only one keeping DeAndre Ayton somewhat, he gonna have his buckets, but he was he was a rim protector.
Mm-hmm.
How do you see that going with him being out of the lineup?
But he missed the last game too.
No, I didn't. I didn't watch. So he missed the last game. Okay.
Yeah, so he was out the last game. And they were able to win without him. So I think it all depends on, of course, Paul George got to step up. He got to give you like 35, 40.
Right.
But somebody else got to come along too, like whether it's Reggie Jackson, whether it's Beverly or Morris or whoever it is, it's got to be a second person got to help him out.
Right.
There's only a few guys in the league who can they'll put up 50 and then everybody else can kind of chill and they'll still win the game. So it's going to be they need a second person to win this game. I want Phoenix to close it out though, because I feel like Chris Paul deserves it at this point, man. He's so close.
They getting tight. They getting tight though. Hey,
super. But that's what happens, man. Even though you only got one game to win, you start to get nervous. And then also something I saw, I haven't really tuned into the games as for the Phoenix games because I thought it was over.
Right.
They've said since Chris Paul has came back, as what Dez was saying, the ball has stopped moving.
What's going on, Marcus?
We can't hear us.
Marcus just came in, but yeah, go ahead, Al.
But the ball has stopped moving since Chris Paul came back. So they're 2-1 since they're 1-2 since he's came back. So maybe they're better off without him in the case of this series. So it'll be exciting tonight.
Awesome. And then Marcus, I don't know if you had any thoughts on the Clippers. We're just kind of getting into the basketball. We got Clippers Suns coming up here at 9:00 Eastern. So any thoughts on that matchup and kind of what's going on there?
And hey guys, man, sorry I was late.
It's all good, buddy.
Yeah, man, it's tough, man. I don't know what everybody said on that, but the injuries, man, just the injuries have shaken up everything. And I think really it's kind of hard for us to predict what's going on because the Clippers, they went down 0-2 first two series, so you can't really count them out yet. But personally, I just want it for Chris Paul. I think after Game 5, he didn't really play good. He hasn't really been playing well the whole series. So I think if they are to win the series, they need to win it tonight, and I think the Suns do win tonight.
Mm. Your mic off, Dez.
My bad. Appreciate that. But yeah, I agree. I think if they don't close it out tonight, they're in trouble. I think Ty Lue has proven to be one of the best coaches in the league. He's been able to do what Doc Rivers couldn't. Recently,
pretty much.
Even when you look at what he's with the same roster. Doc couldn't get out. They lost in the first round, if I'm not mistaken, last year, right? Was it in the first round? Second round last year, yeah. So, Doc had a lot of great teams with the Clippers. Same thing with the Sixers. He couldn't even get it done with the Sixers with a better team against a lower seed. You had the number 1 seed, and you still couldn't get it done. So it's granted Ben Simmons took a lot of the blame for that. But I wanted to big up Ty Lue for sure, because I think what he's been able to do, even his adjustments, every time all throughout the playoffs, somebody's going up on him, whether that's in the series or in the game by the lead, they've always found a way to make adjustments, always find a way to come back and make it competitive. And they've twice come back down 0-2. So which is tough. That's the statistics are usually against you when you're down, 2-0. So for them to do that multiple times,
yeah,
for sure. So for them to do that, as much as they've done, that shows you that's coaching. It's all coaching. And so I definitely want to, and him and Sam Cassell, definitely want to big up both of them for, basically what they've been able to do and how they've been able to improve what the Clippers are. Because think if they have Montrezl Harrell right now on this team with that, so that's somebody who Doc had and they still couldn't do it. So, but yeah, I think they have to close it out tonight. If they don't, I think they're in trouble. That's my prediction. I think they really got a situation, because then the Clippers are going to believe, and that's the last thing you want them to do, because they especially if Kawhi does come back, which I don't know if y'all have any more information, but they saying that
that's what I'm waiting
for. They're saying it's an MCL or ACL, but they don't want to come out and say it. So I don't know what exactly is going on. But,
is it gone? Is his ACL, MCL like gone? Like it's torn, or what?
They said it's a sprain or a slight tear is what I heard. So that's why I don't know if y'all have
never seen it, bruh. They be spraining ACLs, partial tears in the league. You only out like 1 or 2 weeks, bro, tops, before they want your ass back on that field.
But
that's
and that's a contact sport.
Kawhi, if he has a cut on his finger, he's out 2-3 games.
They don't want to say, bro. I feel like they don't want to say what it really is, and maybe we won't find out until they get knocked out, or something like that. It's just a smoke screen, because I don't think
it doesn't make sense. You're on the brink of putting the Clippers into the finals. So why would you not, at least give it? Because even if you don't win it, you gonna get props for taking the Clippers to the finals. Like that don't even sound right. You know what I'm saying? Like you took the Clippers to the butt of jokes for 20, 30 years to the finals.
I remember how trash, bro. I lived in LA. My dad was in the military. We lived in Oxnard, which is like just outside of LA. And I remember my dad took me to a Clippers game, bro, and it was trash, bro. It was like it just wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It just the Clippers were it just wasn't it, bro. Yeah. They weren't even like in the same stratosphere as the Lakers. Like, I'm like, dang, you felt like you was at a discount game. You wasn't you wasn't at the show, bro. So, but yeah, man, I'm real happy for Ty Lue, bro. Ty Lue, I mean, you doing what you're supposed to do. If once you get to that point, it's great, but you got to win them chips, right? You got to win them chips at the end of the day. So, I think PG, man, I think them boys got a weird chemistry, bro. Like you got, how you had Lou Will, right? No, my bad, Lou Will Hawks, but they got a weird chemistry.
But they had him during the season. They traded him, but I think that's somebody who really would. the Suns would really be in trouble if Lou was there too. That'll really get him. But I think that's also Reggie Jackson's spot. So.
And I want to just say, but hold on one second, Mar. I want to just say, if you're watching us, man, go ahead and leave us a comment. Give us your thoughts on what you think is going to happen in the game, so that way we can interact with you. We really appreciate any feedback, man. So with that said, go ahead, Mark.
I think the Clippers key, like of course, he's not as big of a name as Paul George, but I think it's Marcus Morris. Kind of like he kind of has that Chris Middleton effect where he has that 25, 24 point game, and then that next game he goes away. So I think if he could,
Morris,
give you a solid 18 to 22, which he's very capable of. I think, and not Steven Jackson, Reggie Jackson gives his solid 20. I think the Clippers are in pretty good shape.
That's what I was gonna say, bro. Reggie Jackson and old boy Terrence Mann, if that boy can show up for the next 2 games, just show up the next 2 games, bro. Bro, Reggie been cooking folks, bro.
Yeah,
they got a bunch of players with a.
I'm talking about barbecue. I'm talking about barbecue chicken.
Like y'all got a chip on their shoulder. PG trying to prove, last year's playoffs was a fluke. Reggie Jackson trying to prove he's a starter. DeMarcus Cousins proving he belonged in the league. You got a bunch of people. When you got a bunch of people like that, they don't never feel like they're out of it or whatever. Morris, Marcus, all of those are guys that they don't care. They just gonna go out here and play. They don't care who you are, where you at, nothing. So shout out, and I want to see them pull it off.
Can I just say I saw on the NBA topic, man. I saw Dennis Schroeder say he want 100 to 120. I said, boy, you big cap. You can't even do
what down 84. That ain't a surprise.
You can't even do what Reggie Jackson can do, and Reggie Jackson ain't getting 100 mil.
I won't say that.
Bro, he not
last year.
He not cooking like he's not cooking like Reggie, bro.
But
right now,
Reggie ever done this though?
Reggie's never. You're right. Reggie's never done this, but Dennis Schroeder, bro, ain't never.
This last season,
his situation.
Well.
He played good, but this year, bro, he was like he wasn't. You can't get 100 mil this year, bro.
Say Dennis Schroeder goes to like the Magic or something like that. I could see the Magic giving him.
I got to throw a team like that, dog. Everybody just throw the Magic around like we just the rad dogs. Penny Hardaway went back to Memphis. That should tell you something.
He turned that joint. Yeah.
Well, I think it was one of those. They told him you kind of stuck in your contract. That's what I think that one was. Or if he didn't become the last candidate. But I don't know. That's interesting. But real quick though, on the Dennis Schroeder, before Trae Young got there, he was the guy for the Hawks. Even coming, he had 17. He had 18 and 6, and then he averaged 19 and 6. Then he got traded to the Thunder once Trae Young came, and then bounced around then to the Lakers. But even in 2019, he averaged 18, 3 and 4 with the Thunder in 2019, and had 15 this year with the Lakers, 15 and 5. So I mean, I think he's a quality player. I think, but it should have been known. He turned out 4 years, $84 million during the season. So that was already the indicator that, I want a max contract or at least $100 million. If I'm turning out 84, that's the only thing else you can offer me. I'm basically betting on myself that I'm going to get $100 million, which I don't think he's wrong. It ain't a lot of free agents this year. Granted, the money will be the issue because there's not a lot of teams with a bunch of cap space or money to spend. Yeah. So we'll see if he plays himself or not.
Yeah, Schroeder, I think he wants to get paid like a point guard, but he's really like a scorer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he would be a very quality 6 man on a very good team.
He's a 6, yeah. He's a 6 man, bro.
If he wants that bag, he's gonna go to a sorry team.
He ain't that guy though. Yeah. That's usually what happens when they get that bag. They go to a trash team. Mm-hmm. Okay. So another thing. We see the big is it nothing to do about the Chauncey Billups hire, or what are we really talking about here? I mean, this is I mean, and not to discount rape allegations or anything like that, man, but this man been on ESPN, mind you, been an analyst for ESPN with these same allegations on his record for years. Never mentioned, bro. I just don't like when like you throw salt on people's name when they get the opportunity they've been waiting for. Now it's remember that rape allegation he had back in 1997.
Exactly.
97.
Same thing happened to Eric Bieniemy in the NFL. From the Chiefs. Right. But he hasn't got his head coaching job. But granted, Chauncey did. But it only happens to a certain type of coaches, unfortunately. Yeah. Nobody else's mistakes or incidents or any of those things, you know what I'm saying, ever comes out, right? Or ever is a hindrance to anything. But it was in 1997, right? If I'm not mistaken, 1997.
Yep.
Yeah. 97.
So it's like, what are we talking? Why are we even talking about that 24 years later?
It's heyday.
He hasn't shown in 24 years that that's not what he's doing.
Right.
Like if he still had that behavior, yeah, that's something different. But come on, man.
Right. Like I think of any hire, I think the Jason Kidd hire would probably be more iffy, but going back to that point, he's gotten 2 other jobs. Like I'm sure
he played a whole in the NBA with those.
Right.
Won championships. Like after that.
I think his most recent thing might have been that DUI, like in 2016.
Who's that? Chauncey?
No, Jason Kidd.
Oh, Jason Kidd, yeah.
When he was the coach with Brooklyn. But just like Desmond said, unfortunately, certain coaches, they don't, the higher ups don't want those guys to get those positions. So, they're just going to dig anything up just to throw dirt on people's names. But
I mean, who brought it? I mean, who brought it up? Like, what was it?
More like
a reporter.
Where did it come from?
More like that ESPN reporter stuff. Like,
yeah.
I know on First Take they tried to make it, about Becky Hammond and stuff like that, but I don't. That's a whole.
I didn't watch it. So were they back? Was First Take backing him up, or were they?
Perkins was the dude. Foxworth was trying to
Perkins carry on.
Yeah.
So Sports Illustrated looks like Sports Illustrated did a piece on it. So I guess this is where it all kind of spilled out from. Because their story is Chauncey Billups, front runner to become the Blazers head coach, was accused of rape in 1997.
Right.
But it's totally yes. Like, I mean, we have he didn't get charged for anything, but we have a system where we allow people to become better people. We allow people to rehabilitate.
Right. And we thought we had that
system. Yeah, when a person is known that, you bring it up. It's just like, a felon that's been clean for 20 years or whatever, and he still can't get the apartment, or you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
It's very unfortunate.
Cancel culture, man. But they can't cancel Chauncey, bro. They can't do it, bro.
I think they canceled anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think they ever do.
That's crazy. But man, I'm happy to see Chauncey get a job, man. Looks like we got the game coming up here about 8 minutes. All right, so predictions, man. Let's do stat lines. Stat line. So let's see. Let me pull up the lineup here. That'll be cool, man, to do stat lines and then go back and look at it and see who got the closest. Let's see. Got Phoenix. All right, so we got so D Book, man. How many does D Book have in a potential closeout game tonight? Anybody go?
35.
35.
30 points.
What'd you say, Mark?
30.
30. Okay.
I think he needs 35 or better to win it, and if he doesn't, I don't think if he has anything less than about 35, I don't think they win it tonight.
Yeah. I think he has. I think the Clippers are going to win, so I think he has like 26, and I think he has a tough time because they're going to put Pat Bev on him for sure. What about Ayton?
It's like 18 and 12.
18 and 12. Yeah.
25. I say like 25 and 10.
25. Yeah.
If he do that, they win.
Yeah, he do that as well.
Yeah.
I'm predicting the Suns win.
That's why I said Ayton. So what do they need out of how many do they need out of? Obviously, Paul George is going to have a Herculean effort, right? He's going to have 35, 40. Who
Unless
else?
he'll step up. Yeah.
Who else has been showing up for them during their wins?
It's just been different times. Reggie, even Terrence Mann had his game, in that last series. So it's just that's why I say they're just one of those teams where it could be anybody's night, because they don't care. They're there to play basketball and see what happens. So,
and if PG knocks down those free throws, we could very easily they could be up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Which
is tough in itself. That's a tough.
Yeah.
Their keys, Marcus Morris, I believe. Like Steven, I keep saying Steven Jackson. Reggie Jackson has probably been their most consistent guy.
Mm-hmm.
Reggie, yeah.
But like I was saying earlier, if Marcus Morris could give you like that solid 18 to 22, and Reggie's giving you that consistency that he's been giving you, that's a formula for a win, I believe.
Okay. So they win the game if and what does Chris Paul need to do? Does Chris Paul need to score, or does he need to facilitate?
He needs to facilitate. Let the young guys get you there. They've been doing it the whole postseason. Not to say Chris Paul hasn't had his lending hand in it, but this series he hasn't had it going on. So a stat line for him, a good stat line for him, like 14 to 16 with about 12 to 14 dimes. You know what I'm saying?
I think he need a classic Chris Paul game. I think he need to bounce back like a good 22 and 11, 22 and 10 type of where he's for them to win. For them to win, I think he has to have 20. I think Book has to have about 30. I think if Ayton can get by 18, I don't think he has to go crazy, but I think it has to start in the backcourt for them tonight to really win it. Because the other backcourt, Reggie Jackson, Paul George, they coming, and Pat Bev. So I think that's really where that matchup will get won at tonight. Whichever backcourt I think has the most points, I think that's a win. I say.
All right.
Yeah, I think with CP3, like Dad said, he need to have a classic game. I think he does need to score.
Yeah.
Because like you said, Tyrell, with Beverly all over Book, and it seemed like since he broke his nose, he ain't really been right since.
Right.
So why not CP3? He owed him a game.
I feel it. So what are score predict? What's not score predict? What are predictions, man? What do y'all feel is gonna happen tonight? Who's taking it home?
They're playing in LA, right?
They're playing in LA.
I'm going to Clippers.
Yeah, I want Clippers. I want to see a game 7.
Yeah.
Clip.
I think the Suns going to win.
I think I personally think Chris Paul giving them a pep talk in the locker room, like, look, man, dogs, bro, you got to go eat no matter what, by any means. I don't care if we got to punch somebody in the eye, scratch a leg, you know what I'm saying, fake, you know what I'm saying, flop, whatever you got to do. I think the Suns come out, man. I think they do it for CP3 and get it done. So I think the Suns will go in there. That's what you got. I mean, that's what they're gonna have to do to win a chip, bro. You gotta win it on the road.
Yeah. And that's another reason why I think he needs to have a classic game is because they have a young team.
Yeah.
Outside of Chris Paul and Jay Crowder, the rest of them are still all on their rookie contracts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like most of the main players that's contributing. So I think as opposed to the Clippers where all of those vets, Man is really the only young guy that's really playing substantial minutes in Zubac. But outside of that, most of those guys are vets, been around, been in plenty of playoff experience, plenty of big moments. So I think that's also helping them stay, in that attitude, the way they continue to chip away at it in the game. So, yeah, I'm going Clippers. I think, and then Game 7, I love to see who come out on top in that one, the Phoenix. But either way, 2 black coaches, I'm cool with either one of them.
I feel it. All right, man. We appreciate it, Al. We appreciate your expertise, sir, and everything you do, man. Again, the Al Wray Show, man. Check out the Al Wray store.
Yes, sir.
Everything he's got going on. Al, do you have anything coming up or anything you want to shout out?
Nothing other than everything is through Instagram, Al Wray and the Al Wray show.
Okay.
I'm uploading videos. I'm trying to get it on a schedule of like Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Right.
For right now. But for the most part, just getting them out when I can on different sports topics. So make sure you check me out, y'all.
Yes, sir. Y'all
Definitely. Al, we appreciate you, man. We hope you have a great night, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Take it easy, bro.
Thank you.
All right. That is my guy, man, Al Wray.
Yes,
Appreciate him joining the show every time. So now moving on. Excited to see what happens with that Suns Clippers game. We got big weekend coming up, man. We got Elite 11 and the opening. So big weekend coming up. It's really just like a combine, man, to really just to see, especially for the quarterbacks, it's a combine. For the players, they really get strapped up. They put I think this is the only camp where they put helmets on, right? Helmets and show pads.
I believe. Well, they usually do like the safety helmet type thing.
Yeah, I seen them last year when they were in Texas. They had on the shoulder pads and the helmet, and they had shorts. So they were like, so they were like full on. But yeah, just wanted to kind of go ahead and pull up the roster, man, to see who all is going to be at the game and kind of see what y'all thoughts are as far as the roster goes. Trevor Etienne, man, is that?
I saw that. It gotta be.
Yeah. So Travis Etienne's from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Dang, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it gotta be
the bottom.
Brother.
Bottom boy survival. Okay.
Yeah, I was disappointed with the roster. I'll kick it off. I was disappointed. Not enough Florida players, not enough Florida talent.
Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We probably have to zoom in a little bit.
Yeah, let me zoom in just a bit.
Definitely not a lot of enough Florida talent and Florida playmakers, man. It's definitely was disappointed in that aspect of it. It was very heavy on California and Texas.
Yeah. Can y'all see it better now?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got Quinn Ewers. I honestly haven't. He say he's the number one player, right, in the country.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen. I mean, South Lake Carroll. They're a juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? They're a powerhouse. So I haven't got to see him play. So I'm excited to see what he can do. And get some interviews and things like that. Kind of get a feel for what kind of guy he is and things of that nature. Damani Jackson, I'm excited to talk to him, man, just to see. I think the dude is like Damani Jackson is like 6'1", 6'2". He's like over 200 pounds, bro. Like playing cornerback, and he ran a 10.2 in the 100 the other day. So that was wild to me. I was like 10.2, like that's different speed, bro. That's different. You know what I'm saying?
It is. Is Travis Hunter on there?
Travis Hunter? No, bro.
Come on,
Travis Hunter's not on there.
That's crazy, man.
The thing about this is, bro, is I know, bro, and then a lot of these kids, dude. I recognize a lot of these names from Battle, like the McMillan kid from Servite.
Mm-hmm.
They brought their team. They had their team down there in Miami when Battle did that tournament like a year ago.
Yeah,
he was down there. He had a pretty good showing. Raleek Brown. I've heard of him from Mater Dei, running back. He's pretty good.
I just got a bunch of the big Texas, California's high school kid. You know what I'm saying? The main schools that are there. It's just to me, not having Travis Hunter is a clear sign that the roster's not right. I mean,
right.
He's the best to me. He's the best corner I've seen come out of high school since Patrick Surtain and Sean Wade.
Who's that?
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter, bro. Whew.
He's the best corner to come out of high school since Patrick Surtain and Sean Wade.
The funny thing about him is I've only seen him at the Battle tournaments. I've only really seen him play wide receiver.
He's from Georgia, right?
Oh no, he played both.
Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
Hunter is from Georgia.
I believe so. Actually, yeah, I believe he's from. No, actually, I think he's from South Florida. Hold on, let me double check.
But so I reckon.
Yeah, he's from Sewanee, Georgia.
Sewanee, okay.
Yeah.
Sewanee, man, that's wild.
It's the number one corner in the country. How do you not have him there?
Florida, bro. And then so you don't have him there. You don't have Slim from Lee. You don't have him there. The thing about it is, Singletary, yeah, and he's gold right now, bro. Like you talk to any coach in America, he's the number one. Yeah, he's the number one corner. Period. And
you think he better?
Y'all know. I was telling y'all that 2 years ago that he was he's the best player probably the best player I've ever seen at that size with movement skills, bro. Like
you think he better than Shaun Wade was,
bro? He's different, bro. Like, bro, he's 6'2", 6'2", and can guard slots though, bro. Like Shaun Wade ain't no 6'2".
That's what he was listed at in high school.
Nah, bro. Nah,
he's 6.
Shaun Wade's like 6 foot.
Like 5'11".
He's like 6 foot.
Tripping.
Nah, bro. Shaun Wade's like 6 foot.
He's long though. He's long.
But Slim, bro, is legit like 6'2", 6'3", like tall corner.
It's hard.
They got him listed 6'1". They had him 6'1".
Okay, yeah.
And he measured 6'1" at this pro day.
Yeah. So Slim's probably like 6'2".
The best corners I've seen, like Desmond said, was Shaun Wade and Tolliver.
Yeah.
Tolliver was more for me. Tolliver was more.
He was more of a press corner for me.
Not even that. To me he wasn't a good corner. He was just a playmaker.
Mm-hmm. And he had good size. He was 6'1".
Yeah, he had good size and was a playmaker. I didn't think he was a great corner. Like he didn't have the technique Shaun did.
Right.
Like he to me he was more of the Tyreek Johnson with offensive playmaking.
I know Deuce Robinson out of Pinnacle. He's really, really good wide receiver. He was there with
they got Singletary 6'1". That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't
Shaun Wade is like 6 foot, bro. And Slim, bro, is legit.
I go for it, dog.
Slim is legit like a 6. He's like 6'3", bro.
247 got him 6'1", same height as Shaun Wade.
Nah, bro.
I'm
trying to tell you it's different though. It's different. He's way longer. He's way longer than Shaun Wade was, bro. If you look at some of his,
for example. So Will Mallory, the tight end from Miami, 6'5", 260, probably 6'5", 250 right now.
Yeah.
Shaun Wade locked him up. They moved him on him, and they never do that. They never move corner. They never move their corners because they usually can just lock up. But they moved him on him, and he played him the whole game and shut him down. He was the top. He went to the opening. He was the top 10 tight end in the country for Providence. You feel me? So when Providence and Trinity played, they put Shaun on him because he was killing the first half. Will Mallory was. They put Shaun on him. It was over with. So that's what I'm saying. I just don't.
So my thing is, Shaun had like one good year, and he had
state championships. He
started since I'm talking about at Ohio State. He had one good year, and the one good year he had,
he played behind. Though.
The one good year he had, you had Arnett and you had Okuda, and
I think he's probably better nickel than outside, maybe. Yeah, I can agree with that. And then supposedly this year he wasn't as healthy, but I mean, I'm just talking high school. I ain't even saying NFL because Singletary got to show that he can do it during the college first before make that comparison. But I mean, just in high school, like
the difference for me between Wade and Singletary, bro, is they won't even throw at him, bro. They won't throw the ball. Period.
I don't remember too many people throwing at Shaun, and when you did, it was pick.
It doesn't matter. He
had the best ball skills I've ever seen in a corner. In high school, I've never seen a corner with the ball skills. If you look at his tape, it's straight picks.
Yeah.
And that's just sophomore, junior. Senior, they rarely even threw at him. And he is straight picks. I mean, Singletary's nice. I agree. I think he's a long corner. He's going to be successful. But
yeah.
And I think he was Mr. Football too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
ESPN.
He was 4 state championships, started since he was on it since he was a freshman, started since he was a sophomore. And he played as a freshman.
The country defensive player of the year, matter of fact.
Bro.
Defensive player of the year.
Check this out though. He wasn't playing, bro. He wasn't Singletary wasn't playing with other 5 stars, bro. Who else did you know what I'm saying? Who else did Lee have on the field other than him?
I can definitely agree with that. I'm not taking that away.
So I think like in the rankings and all that stuff, I think the level of competition as well, bro. Like Trinity plays some good teams, right?
I mean, but during that time, they was going through the juggernaut. Yeah. I mean, they was coming up to Tallahassee to play Gabi. I remember when they came up to play regular season. I mean, they were on ESPN. I forgot like 2 or 3 times his senior year. Like that's what I'm saying. I mean, they play the best of the best. They don't run. Most people don't even play them.
I just think like, bro. I just think Singletary's different, bro. He has like those cat-like reflexes, bro. Like it's weird to see somebody. He's way taller than Sean Wade, bro. And for a guy to be able to play in the slot, bro, and lock up like 5'9", it don't matter what route you putting on him. It don't matter what route you can put your best player. He is not going, bro. No matter what. But those are the people they should have here, right?
Oh yeah, and, of course. 100%.
Those are the people you should have in these kind of tournaments to see like, okay, so this is your best. This the best guy. What we want 1 versus 2, right? Mm-hmm. Your number 1 wide receiver versus your number 2 in the nation. Let's see what it looked like. Yeah. And I think
he's from Miami. Nothing. Like,
yeah, but they're not. But they're
like Wesley was saying, he's the top linebacker in South Florida. They ain't even got him there.
But the opening, bro, you got to pay your way though. You even if you get invited, you still got to pay for. You got to pay for lodging. You got to pay for.
That's messed up.
Yeah, you got to pay. You got to pay. So I think that's a big.
Oregon and they did like the whole dorm room situation and all that.
Yeah, you got to everything from what I've seen, and I'm just saying that might be a reason why a lot of them aren't there is because you have to pay for $100 registration fee. You got to pay to stay there. So, and that makes sense, right? Because you don't see a lot of Florida people, right? Mm-hmm. You see nothing but Cali people. You can drive. They can all drive there.
I mean, I guess that might be part of it because the pandemic. Maybe because I feel like before they sponsored more of those players to come. But maybe that's pandemic. They may have lost some money and things like that. Different contracts.
Yeah. And I think that's what I think is just the funding, bro. The funding might not be there to do that, but good players. So you got Malik Murphy. He was really impressed me from what I've seen from him. So excited to see him. You got AJ Duffy, and these also all the quarterbacks on here are also Elite 11. So these are all Elite 11 quarterbacks. So AJ Duffy. Let's see. You got Quinn Ewers. You got Ty Simpson. Wegman, Cade Klubnik.
I think I saw Kamari Ramsey. That's Jalen's brother, ain't it?
Is it?
I was wondering if that was
Kamari Ramsey. That's Sierra. That's Sierra. He's from Tennessee.
Jalen's in LA. I think he stayed with Jalen.
Really?
I believe so.
Let's see.
I believe so.
Did it play safety?
No, I'm trying to determine what's SAF. Kamari Ramsey.
So, Ty, do you like Singletary over Travis Hunter?
Over Travis Hunter? I feel like Travis Hunter has raw skills, bro. Like he's just raw. Like you can't teach what Travis Hunter has. Like he has crazy athletic ability. Like I think it's hard to say. I think both of them 3 years from now, I think will be top 10 picks in the draft if they don't get hurt, if they stay healthy. they're just too good. They're too good not to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like I don't think one's better than the other. I think Travis Hunter probably gives you more versatility because he can punt return, right? So I think from that aspect, if you're talking about value, I think Travis Hunter is probably a better value than Singletary because Singletary is not going to play wide receiver. He's not going to play, he's not going to do kick return.
Mm-hmm.
At least we haven't seen him do that. So Travis Hunter, you can put him. He's just good. You can put it, put the ball in his hands, put him on your best receiver. Doesn't matter. So I think from a value perspective, he's definitely more valuable, I would say, to another team. Because Florida State, bro, if Florida State play their cards right,
they ain't gonna keep him, bro. I doubt if they do. I stand on it that I was wrong, but there's no way in hell they're gonna keep Travis.
He has a really good relation. I would be really surprised if he doesn't stay with Florida State only because he swears by Mike Norvell.
I agree, but they're gonna get their ass whooped this year. Like their offensive line and defensive line are terrible. They lost a ton of talent that either transferred
Florida State
went to the job. Yeah. They have a new quarterback. They're going to get their asses whooped. It's going to start early against Notre Dame because they don't have Kyle Hamilton, and the boys are going to fuck that offense up. They have no superstars to do. Kyle Hamilton may have 15 tackles that game in the first game of the season.
I think
that's
a lot
the best
of it is
in the country. So
I think a lot of it is too like we don't know what we don't know. We don't know what Florida State got a lot of transfers too. You know what I'm saying? So you really don't know what they're gonna look like from a running back standpoint, from you know what I'm saying, from standpoint like that, you really don't know what they're gonna look like. I honestly don't think they'll probably win.
That's what I'm saying. You just kind of throwing pieces together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're kind of throwing a team together because you don't have any depth. You don't have any true talent. You just kind of hodgepodging the team together and hoping it plays well. Like watching the spring game, I was like, this shit is sorry. Like they look sorry. I can't even compare it to. I thought Mackenzie
Milton looked really good.
Oh yeah, it's quarterback. He looked really good. I mean, as far as the trenches, like the defensive line. I don't think
in college football, bro. In college football, what do you need to be successful?
Offensive line and
you need a quarterback to be successful, and you need to give your quarterback a few seconds to throw the ball, and you need some offensive.
So that's what I'm saying. So look at the past champions and what they had. They all had great offensive line. When Clemson won,
I'm not saying they're going to be a champion. I'm not saying they're going to be a champion, but I don't think they're going to be as terrible as we think that they're going to be. I think they'll surprise.
I mean, you just lost your best receiver. You lost your best corner. You lost both of your edge rushers. You lost your safety. You started safety. You lost, I think, 2 or 3 offensive linemen. And then you lost other guys that were depth guys that left. Like that's why. And Miami put 50 on you last year.
Subpar, man. Subpar. I think all those none of those players were people you can say.
But they all got drafted. I can't even name a draftable player for Florida State right now.
I can't even, bro. I can't even tell you why Asante Samuel went as high as he did.
Oh, I agree. But he was an NFL player.
He played terrible.
I can't say that.
Yeah.
He wasn't an NFL player. Granted, hell, he wasn't. What, he went second round?
He went second round. To me, he's a 5th round talent.
I agree. He's closer to the 4th round. I agree.
Yeah.
That's probably, but that's what I'm saying. So, and he was one of their best players last year.
Right.
So with him gone, I can't even name nobody else that's even draftable for them right now.
Right.
Not even a star that's draftable. Outside of Amari Gaynor on defense, who he'll probably go top 3 rounds if he play. He's a baller, but outside of that, and especially on offense, I can't name an offensive superstar.
Definitely
right now.
If you're watching, please give us a like, subscribe, comment. We love to hear your feedback. Elite 11, we will be at Elite 11 tomorrow, starting tomorrow night. We'll be live on Instagram. So if you want to tune in, interact with us, we'll have the live footage. We'll be on the field, so you'll be able to see kind of all the players going through their script. I believe tomorrow. Take a look at the schedule here. pull up the schedule because I think tomorrow is a pro day. Let's see. So Thursday it's just a workout, and then I thought they had a pro day. So yeah, so today they were from 6:30 to 8:30 pretty much, and then tomorrow they'll be on the field from 6:20 to 10 o'clock, and then that's it tomorrow. So we'll have the live stream from 6:20 to 10 tomorrow night. So definitely interact with us. We'll have footage. We'll have interviews with some of the players you saw on the roster. Anybody that you guys want us to talk to on the roster, anybody you guys want to hear from that you can see, and I'll kind of go down it a little bit more. Any commits that you see that you might want to hear from. Let's see. AJ Duffy's committed to Florida State.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm interested to see AJ Duffy now. I'm interested to see AJ Duffy then. I hope he has a really good showing.
He's another one I don't think they're going to keep.
I'm a Florida State fan, man. I hope.
Oh, it ain't no hate.
They got a Florida Elite 11 kid last year. Tate Rodemaker? I think Rodemaker was Luke Altmaier. So he committed. Let's see. Did he stick with his commitment though? So Luke Altmaier was a Elite 11 last year, and he committed to Florida State. I'm not sure if he stayed and signed with them, but so if they can get too good, you know what I'm saying? That's how you start to build your quarterback room. You start to get competition. Malik Murphy is gonna if he has a good show. I mean, he's had a good high school career thus far. If he has a good showing tomorrow and can show that he can, during this weekend, and can show he can make all those throws, and Texas can, I think he might be a piece, a chip where they can say, hey, we got Malik Murphy coming here. You might want to come. We're starting to do something different here. But who's their coach right now at Texas?
Sarkisian from Alabama.
Yeah.
Sarkisian?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, now I think I understand how they got Malik Murphy, because I was like, wait a minute. How the heck you getting a kid from?
He just put a coaching clinic. His play calling last year was massive.
Yeah,
so
I'm like,
Sarkisian definitely reinvented himself with Alabama, which I mean most coaches do. But he really took his evolution of motion and some of the things he did with Devontae and those guys was great. So I'm interested to see how he does in Texas.
So Julian Humphrey, Clear Lake, Texas, committed to Florida. Let's see. Don't know who that is.
So what happened to Tom Herman? Did anybody pick him up?
I hadn't heard anything about him.
I think that's dead. Because he went from Houston.
Oh, the Bears.
I see why Desmond know about Ja'Curry Brown now. That boy committed to Miami.
That's my guy. I'm riding with that. He called himself the Heartbreak Kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So since you know about Ja'Curry, man, kind of give the people what can we expect to see from Ja'Curry Brown this weekend at Elite 11?
Yeah, phenomenal athlete. I mean, if you could build a quarterback as far as skill set wise, he's definitely what you look for. 6'4" kid. Probably be close to 200 pounds once he gets to college. Can really move, can really run.
6'4".
With him is, so the thing with him is going to be how well he can throw. He's a dual threat at this point, more runner than thrower. The big thing is everybody's going to be watching is how well has he progressed as a thrower, and how well he can really orchestrate and navigate the offense and read coverages and things like that. So there's going to be some eyes on him from that perspective. But as far as athleticism, he's probably one of the most athletic quarterbacks in the country.
Nick Evers, I know he has a big arm. I've seen him play.
I was just about to say his name.
These composite rankings are. Look at the drop off though.
Yeah.
Look at the drop off. He's the number one player. You get out of the top 100 at your 27, like your 27th player. You're out of the top 100.
Because all these Florida kids that you ain't got there, man.
500.
121.
Yeah, you. Whoa.
And all those Cali kids.
Whoa.
All those Cali kids.
Wow. So this is going to be a year. This is going to be a year where someone can go to the opening and make their name.
Also, Ryan Bullard from Miami Killian. We might be able to get some intel on him. One of my best friends is Killian's offensive coordinator. So I'll be able to get some insight from him. Let
us know, man. Let me know. Anybody who you can tap in with, and I'm gonna try to get interviews with whoever I can. Really.
How about this kid from Sweden?
Where's that?
From Sweden.
From Sweden. Oh yeah, tight end.
Sweden. Theodore Mellon Ahlstrom. Boy,
that's a name.
But this is interesting, man. This is really, really interesting this year.
Not a lot of names.
He's 6'6", 245.
So do you think this year goes a long way to the viability of the opening?
Because it'll stay around. It's kind of a fashion show for the high school players, so it'll stay around.
Yeah, I only asked because I've never seen it like this before ever.
Oh, this is trash for sure.
Yeah,
this is one of the worst rosters they've ever put together.
I've never seen anything like this before, especially when you're talking about. I think, and they're gonna have NFL guys there too. So I'll try to see if we can. If you're gonna be watching our live streams, we'll see if we can get some. I think they said they were gonna have
Palmer.
No, I think current I think Russell Wilson maybe. Who else did they say? Some LA guys. I wouldn't be surprised if Stafford was out there, or they're gonna have some. Yeah, they're gonna have a bunch of NFL guys. They said all throughout the weekend. So. If we can get some good questions in, some good intel, gets pretty aggressive around the media, the media tent. So, got to be prepared for that. But yeah, this is I'm excited, man. Excited to get out there, excited to mingle, and definitely just kind of put us on a different, you know what I mean. Get us West Coast, make those West Coast connections, and really get us kickstarted. That's really what this is all about, and showing people that we'll go anywhere. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
We nationwide with it, man. So we got Bobby Taylor, Texas A&M, Jimbo. I haven't heard good things about Jimbo. From former players I've interviewed. Just saying recently I've interviewed some of his former players, and just for the documentary that we're doing on a former player. Won't say too much just because it's not out yet, but I just haven't heard good things about Jimbo Fisher, man. Like that he doesn't pound the table for his guys. He doesn't. Once you can't do anything for Jimbo anymore, he's not behind. He's nowhere to be found. When it's your turn, right? So
just like that's how college football. That's it's the name of the game. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be that way, but
right.
That's the name of the game a lot of times, man.
So I think that do you think some of that might be hurting him as far as recruiting and I don't think it hurts him in recruiting, man. I think he's a household name. And
Jimbo's one of the best coaches in the country.
He is without a doubt.
Championships, and you got a lot of money behind you.
They're number 7 right now recruiting ahead of.
Did they oust Jeremy Pruitt at Tennessee?
Yeah,
they got rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Jeremy Pruitt's probably the best defensive coordinator in the country, easily.
100%.
easily. I don't know.
Him
Maybe
and
not,
Jimbo
maybe not
were
as
a
much as
dynamic duo.
yeah, maybe not as much as if they would have stayed together, bro. If you would have kept Jeremy Pruitt, bro, as soon as they went to the guy that they got from Georgia Tech, Kelly, I think his name was, they went downhill, bro.
I bet have been around both of them, and the energy between the difference between the two is totally noticeable. Pruitt, he in your eyes with Kelly's more like laid back but want to be tough. You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't really have it. Like you don't feel like intimidated or motivated from it, as opposed to Pruitt, where you really get that fire. Like that's just, he's closer. He's in that Saban. He's like Nick Saban type of, And he gave up, but he gave up everything to go all in with coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Basically quit his job and went from high school. You know what I'm saying? So I respect the hell out of Jeremy Pruitt.
Yeah.
For the grind. So, but yeah, I agree. I think if Pruitt and Jimbo would have stayed together, they definitely would have won another championship. Easy.
Definitely. So that's kind of our wrap on everyone's gotten a chance to kind of take a look at the roster here. It's top heavy, definitely. So we'll see. It's top heavy. We'll see what happens. But did you have anything else that you guys wanted to kind of cover in the meantime? Or
we can talk a little bit about the PFF top 50. So let me pull that up real quick.
Is that for
NFL?
NFL, okay.
NFL. So PFF did the top 50 on basically the 50 best players in the NFL.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of backlash, a lot of top players that missed the list.
Right.
I'm trying to see if I can find a condensed list so we don't have to go through each one of them like I had here. If not, we can just go through it. So you have guys like Lamar Jackson who didn't make it, Minka Fitzpatrick who didn't make it. Some of those guys who just absolute head scratches as to how they could be admitted from the top 50. So we can go through it real quick. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, give us the rundown, man.
That's crazy.
Lamar did not make top 50.
Didn't make the top 50, huh? That's tough. Did they just come out with that?
Yeah, it just came out last week.
And Minka was arguably a defensive player of the year.
One of the best safeties in the league. So yeah, Aaron Donald, Patrick Mahomes. I'll just go through the list. Kelsey, Quentin Nelson, Devontae Adams, Khalil Mack, Tom Brady, Bobby Wagner, George Kittle, Aaron Rodgers. All 10, definitely deserving. TJ Watt, Derrick Henry, Zach Martin, Jair Alexander, that's big. Him being 14, that's huge. That's a big spot on the list. I believe he's ahead of Ramsey on this list.
Yep.
David Bakhtiari, he's ahead of Jalen Ramsey on this list. So DeAndre Hopkins, Tyreek Hill, Chris Jones, Fred Warner, that was a surprise for me being top 20 for him. Joey Bosa, Russell Wilson, Justin Simmons, another big time guy that he's in the top 25. It's huge right there. Trent Williams back, didn't even play, now he's back in the top 25. It's huge. Had a 91 PFF grade last year. Myles Garrett, Dalvin Cook, Nick Bosa, Ryan Ramczyk, Marlon Humphrey, Christian McCaffrey, Cameron Hayward, Harrison Smith. So it's a good list. A lot of talented players. Eric Kendricks, Allen Robinson. Now we got to get to the point of the list where you're like, okay, well, would I consider them a top 50 player? I'm not sure. So Julio Jones, Bryce Callahan, Nick Chubb, AJ Brown, Alvin Kamara, Josh Allen, John Johnson III, Grady Jarrett, Teron Armstead, Michael Thomas, Stephon Diggs, Ronnie Stanley, James Bradbury, Marcus Williams. Yeah, Bradbury made it. Which is wild in my opinion.
You know what? I get the list though, because they're going off of ranking. It's not like a biased ranking. They're probably just going off of the grades that they got, right?
So they say part of it is, what you've done, and then they're projecting what you're going to do in 2021 as well. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So, and then Dak Prescott finished, Levante David, and then Dak Prescott finishes off the list. So, really good list, some really, really great players. But it's just hard because then you got, these 13 players who did miss the list, and it's hard to say that they're not in that conversation. So Lamar Jackson, for one, the most, as they said, who most deserves a spot. But I didn't appreciate why they said he wasn't in it. Basically, they're trying to say that because he had an MVP season and then graded number 15 quarterback last year, that they don't think he's going to continue to progress upward. Yeah. So how do you think somebody who's only 24 years old would never develop again or progress again? It's blasphemy in my opinion. Justin Jefferson missed it, who was arguably one of the best receivers in the league last year. It's crazy. I mean, broke Randy Moss record. If we're talking projection, how could you not project Justin Jefferson to be one of the best players in the league? Mika Fitzpatrick, another guy who's been
that's the ultimate snob.
It's crazy. I mean, arguably the best free safety in the league.
Ain't no way.
It's blasphemy. Demario Davis, another stud who's been balling every year, who somehow didn't make it. A couple other guys, Frank Ragnow, Forrest Buckner. Xavier Howard led the league in picks last year, had 10 interceptions. Missed the list. Missed the list.
Impossible.
Joe Thuney, Chase Young. Again, if we're projecting forward, how can you not have Chase Young on the list? So it's Derwin James, I understand because of injuries. Aaron Jones didn't look great in the playoffs. Kyle Pitts is a rookie. Even Darren Waller.
He ain't done nothing.
Like
Kyle Pitts ain't done nothing but sign a check.
Exactly. But back to their projection. So that's where PFF is like, okay, you talk about projection, but then you don't count for it. It's just, I don't understand it.
Right.
So these are a few guys that didn't make the list. So just wanted to drop that in because there was a big talk in the football world regarding that list and see what are y'all thoughts on that.
That list, I mean, I really couldn't argue with that list, but if it's going by grades and projections and stuff, that's always hearsay or anything. But pretty good list. The snub of Minka. I thought Deion Jones should have been on it. Justin Jefferson, Lamar. You can name probably 10, 8 other guys that could have been on it, but I really can't complain about it.
Most definitely. I second that. If we're going off projections and things of that nature, I can't really argue with it. But those people that you said got snubbed, it's hard to leave Minka Fitzpatrick off that list. Lamar, if we're talking I think Lamar just has a lot more to prove, bro. I think he has a lot more to prove. I get he's a good quarterback, but he's not a quarterback where you can say he's going to kill you from the pocket mentally.
He has more passing touchdowns than Josh Allen.
But
and Josh Allen has started more games than Lamar Jackson.
I like Lamar, bro. It's
so,
just
I agree, but that's my thing. Is like, okay, how can it can't be these two things can't be true, that Lamar isn't a good thrower of the football and that he can't play quarterback. So there's people that believe he can't play quarterback and believe he can't throw. So it's like it's impossible to lead the league in touchdown passes, have more passing touchdowns than the guy that they put Josh Allen top 5 quarterback in the league.
Yeah. And I can't.
And Lamar has more passing touchdowns, not rushing touchdowns, passing touchdowns, less interceptions, and a higher QBR and passer rating than Josh Allen as a quarterback.
When you put it that way, then I definitely have to agree with you, because he had Stephon Diggs to throw to. He had weapons. He had a John Brown. You look at what Lamar had. He had a Marquise Brown, which is not Marquise. Let's just be honest, bro. Marquise Brown is just he runs.
He's a number 2. Yeah, he's a number 2.
He's a deep threat, and maybe even a number 3 on some teams that got.
For sure. And he did that, and he led the league in touchdown passes with a rookie Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
A second year Mark Andrews. On his last leg, Mark Ingram at running back. You know what I'm saying? So and led the league in touchdown passes. So I get it, because my thing is everybody's like, okay, there was a regression. True, that's understandable. But who has an MVP season every year? Yeah. That doesn't happen. 2 years ago, Aaron Rodgers didn't have a great year and then turned around and won MVP. What year? How old is he? 34, 35? Yeah. So I mean, when you're still looking at of the projection and wins, I mean, he's only 24. He just turned 24. I think if we're talking projection and we're talking where a person
they got him.
He has things to prove.
They got him some weapons, so we'll see. We'll see this year. We'll see what happens this year. Got some weapons. Definitely.
It's blasphemy to think he won't. If there was an NFL draft that he wouldn't get picked in the top, basically 2 rounds. Yeah, that's wild.
Just my thing with Lamar. Just to add one thing real quick, I just want people to stop like the whole quarterback perception. Like you have to be a pocket passer. You have to, be able to make that third key read on, third and 7 or whatever. Lamar is what he is. Like you said, he has things that he can improve on, but
which every quarterback does.
But of course, exactly.
It's like he's the only person people talk about that needs to improve.
Exactly, but he's proven he can win with what he's done. Like Desmond said, he's led the league in passing touchdowns while also getting 1,000 yards. While also leading his team to number 2 seed that season.
Since he's been a starter, he's led the league in scoring since he's been the starting quarterback. Back to your point of changing the narrative of what it means to be a quarterback. It's about scoring, right? That's at the end of the day. Is it about how many passing yards I throw, or is it about how many touchdowns we get as a team?
Right. And
you know what I'm saying?
He's always winning. So, like, if
he's 24-6 in the last 2 years,
exactly. So if he gives you 170 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and give you 100 yards rushing and another touchdown, I mean that's a pretty good winning formula.
Over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns combined. Exactly. It's total. And I'm glad you made that point, because that's a point. Because then they dropped the top 10 quarterbacks, and Lamar was 10. PFF rated him 10. They had Kirk Cousins, Baker Mayfield, Matt Ryan, Dak Prescott, all ahead of Lamar Jackson.
Disrespectful already.
Bro,
Kirk Cousins had 4,500 yards with Justin Jefferson. He had Thielen last year, albeit he wasn't healthy. But
it still couldn't go to the playoffs.
7-9, 8-8.
Still couldn't go to. Still didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? They didn't. Baker Mayfield over Lamar Jackson
last season.
I feel it.
Baker Mayfield after week 7, like, you know what I'm saying? So,
exactly. And Lamar swept Baker last year and beat him in the best game of the season last year, Browns Ravens.
I feel both of y'all, man. I feel that Baker and Lamar. We got to see, man. We got to see, because Baker, we could argue Baker had a lot more to work with, right? So,
for sure, he got the best running back duo in the league, hands down. I mean, Nick Chubb. That's why Nick Chubb's a top 50 player. He's one of the guys you won't get any question. He's number 2 to me in the league.
You could argue the best wide receiver tandem when healthy. Like,
yeah,
one of the best tight end tandems in Hooper and Njoku. Great offensive line.
And offense.
Well, fellas, I got a red eye in the morning. So I'm gonna have to get going. But anything else y'all want to say before we hop off? We'll have full coverage Thursday through Saturday. Elite 11 will be on the field. The opening, we'll have interviews. We might even have some special guests. Hopefully do some special guest interviews, maybe some NFL guys, college guys. So definitely you're going to want to stay locked into our Instagram, KBV Sports, our Twitter, KBV Sports, TikTok, YouTube, everything. You're going to want to stay locked in for the next 3 or 4 days. So did you guys have anything else?
That's it for me.
All right, man. You guys are rocking with the most dangerous talk show, Prep Talk Weekly, and we out.
Yes, sir.
All right.